Lester, I meant to ask you about this. There's one unfortunate gap in our print. Apparently, the negative had deteriorated, and they couldn't duplicate that section. It's the part where you go out for the first day and everything goes wrong. But there's just a little bit of that left, and I think that there's a gap after the time you go out.
That's a shame because some of the biggest gags are there.
What? Tell me about what was in there.
Well, the number one was, I think, I saw a lot of people around a Park Avenue hotel, and I got him that says, it's the Admiral is coming out. So I busted through the crowd, and I photographed the Admiral going right from the main door into his limousine. Only the mistake I made was I photographed the doorman.
Oh, that part's missing. Go ahead.
That was my first error. Then I got over to the Hudson River and got a shot of the battleship, and then a parade on Fifth Avenue, and I double exposed it by accident. So I had the battleship coming down Fifth Avenue and the parade coming down the Hudson River.
Oh.
I went to a launching of some millionaire's new yacht, one of the Vanderbilts, and I made a mistake and set my camera up on part of the cradle that launched the boat. So I went right, I was launched with the boat. For a finish, I photographed a disappearing gun, one of those great big things that they had to come up and shot. And while I'm photographing one, I didn't know it, but I was right up against another one that nearly took the seat of my pants off.
That's what's missing in that sequence.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, there's just a little, the part about the boat coming down the street is there. It jumps from the time that you go out and are standing in front of this hotel and all this crowd of people to the time when this footage is being shown, being projected in the projection room.
Yeah, that's what's happened.
And it's just the very end of the sequence, but you do see the boat coming down the street, and that's one of the funniest things in it, I think. But all the rest of that is missing in there.
Oh, well, those were some awful big laughs in there.
About it now, and we can imagine.
Let me think if I can remember anything else.
There's a sequence in the ballpark.
Yeah, well, that has nothing to do with that sequence. I go out to photograph the Yankee Stadium, and ain't a soul there but one groundkeeper. And I says, what's the matter? Aren't the Yanks playing today? And he says, yes, in St. Louis. And with that, he went on about his work and left me all alone in the Yankee Stadium when I just automatically had to pitch an inning. And come to bat, hit a home run inside the ballpark. I just did that as same as any kid dreams of being Christy Mathewson and Babe Ruth at bat.
And there's that big tongue war sequence in there.
Yeah, well, that's what gets me into the Hearst organization, because I get some great stuff. Accidentally get into a tongue war in Chinatown.